The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
I'm getting right into it. I don't even care. Heidi just annoyed me. We're in here.
Why did I annoy you?
Because we're trying to set up. We have this very, very, very serious podcast that we do.
Yeah.
It's very serious.
Well, I wore a suit coat.
I noticed that. And my lovely, beautiful wife is running the computer today. And I'm trying to explain just like how I like certain things set up, which she should know. She should have taken notes last time. But I'm trying to, just be kind and talk about what I want. And you're like... Basically, at one point, I feel like you said, like, don't be nicer or something. You said something earlier.
I didn't say that
Didn't
at all.
she? Could have sworn you said
No,
something.
I said...
No,
At the end, I said... At the end, I'm like, am I being mean? And you go...
No, you said, am I being rude?
Am I being rude?
And I actually think it was the voice inside your head.
No one's talking to you yet. No one is speaking
And
to you yet.
I just go like this. Just a little bit.
I just like things done professionally. And I feel like there's no professionalism in this goddamn room right now.
I'm very sensitive to
clitoral stimulation?
Very. And I love your wife. And
that makes two of us.
She's fucking smart and awesome. And I'm very sensitive to the way people speak. But you weren't being mean. You were just very short. A little short. No, I think you said
I like the word direct.
No, you said was I being short? And I said a little bit.
No, rude.
Rude, was it rude?
It
Yeah.
was rude.
It was rude. Well, you're such a great
Drop
guy.
a like on the
whatever.
video if you're watching on YouTube. We appreciate it. What did you say?
I said you're such a great guy that you're never like, you're just a little, you want things done.
I'm sick of it, Heidi.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of your attitude. Sick of all these fucking attitudes everywhere. How are you?
I'm okay.
All right. That's great.
All right.
It's really great.
I want to go fight in Ukraine. I honestly do. I'm
What do you
not
mean?
even kidding. Well, I just heard on the news.
They got a lot of people over there.
That in San Francisco. So first off, my brother's ex-wife is Ukrainian.
Brother-in-law's ex-wife.
Brother-in-law's ex-wife is Ukrainian. Yeah. So he has. So my sister's.
First of all, if Ukrainians were good people, they'd still be married, right? I'm Russia all the way. No, I'm not. Fuck Russia in every way.
So my sister's stepson is half Ukrainian, and his grandmother's over there, and she's stuck over there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yep.
And she can't make it out. She's older. She's all alone, so she's like hunkered down in her house in Kiev. And just the thought of so
is she hearing the explosions and all kinds of stuff like that?
Yeah, it's horrible. And what fucking sucks is that I just heard these conspiracy theories that we're not hearing all of the real translations of Putin's speeches. And if we did, we'd understand why. I heard some, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Are they trying to spin it as him doing like good things?
Yeah, that the Ukrainian people, and this is somewhat true, they have committed genocide against some Russians, but that was years ago, and I'm like, go after those people.
Wait, how do you genocide some Russians?
They have committed
like 12 of them.
Genocide. That's what they called it.
Okay.
They've tortured and murdered some Russians.
Under what circumstances?
I'm not sure. I do not know.
Okay.
I guess I should have looked more into that, but I was so pissed off.
If you're arguing a conspiracy theory, I'm curious. No, I'm curious, but like.
Well, and so the conspiracy theory is that America and Ukraine, the Americans came in and put these biolabs on the border of Ukraine, and and their missiles or whatever it is facing towards Russia. This is what this guy told me, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he's Russian.
Okay. Well, okay.
And he lives in my building.
Here we go.
Yeah. And he said, yeah, they're, because I was saying we have to remember not to have an attitude and be mean to
Russian Americans or Russian immigrants.
It's not, because there's so many Russians who are like, Putin fucking sucks.
Look at the news when this started. Like people were getting together in like Red Square and protesting this. Like
and getting
Russians,
arrested.
I feel like the majority of Russian people don't want this.
Right, and look at what's about to happen. They're being cut off from the rest of the world, and I'm sorry. So anyhow, let me get back on track here. The conspiracy is that the biolabs, he's doing this because of the biolabs that the Americans have put in Ukraine. And I'm like, what? I don't know if it's true or not, but what's the sense? True. It's not true. It's
very simple. Putin wants to do what Hitler did. He wants to take over Europe and eventually take over the world. Yeah.
Yes, and he also knows it's, if we, and then I also was like, well, why can't we just go over there and help? And
what a funny podcast, by the way. It's good to fucking bring the humor right from the top.
No, but I'm like, why? I told somebody, I'm like, why can't we go over there and help? Like, send troops in. They're like, you stop talking like an idiot. And I said, oh, okay. So I did research, and of course I know it would start a world war. And there are nuclear
missiles, weapons pointed at the U.S.
Yeah, and we would be first hit.
There. Of course.
Yeah.
I also don't think they would make it to the U.S. I think we'd take them down before they got here, but it would start a complete war. And he does seem like the kind of guy where if he was boxed in, he would blow up the whole world just to spite everybody.
Yeah, because his ego. But so my point is that on my way here, I heard that there were about 2,400 people, American, not Ukrainian American, Americans who have signed up at the consulate in San Francisco and are going to go over and fight. And I'm like, fuck.
But how do they get there? You can't go into the Ukraine.
I don't know. They fly to Poland and then they're
take an Uber.
Shimmied in there, I guess. I don't know.
Shimmied in. That's how they do it in the U.S. military. Operation Shimmy.
Jazz hand in there. Look over here.
Operation San Francisco Shimmy. Let's get these guys.
But I'm telling you, these people. Oh my God.
You don't strike me as a fighter, though, as a military fighter.
Oh, I love to shoot guns.
You do?
I love it.
They're fun, aren't they?
So fun. My brother-in-law has should I even say it? Oh, no one knows where he lives. An AK-47 with a silencer on it.
Oh.
Oh my God. And they had to have like special, like you have a special card to have one, a silencer on an AK-47.
Am I wrong? I thought all silencers were illegal.
I thought so too. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you have to have a special card, and like he had to like go through a whole class or something.
Like you can get certified to have a silencer?
They're illegal in California.
Not in Wisconsin.
What states are silencers legal? Let's see.
And if you went over to Ukraine, would you be fighting as a civilian?
I think they all are. I mean, an
American civilian just fighting?
Hell yeah.
Is that part of martial law?
It's legal in almost all states.
The silencer? Legal.
The only place it's illegal is Hawaii, California, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts.
Huh. Yeah, and you have to have a card. Like you have to have some
badass
sort of
card,
or like a certificate that says that you're. I don't know.
I don't own a gun. I don't own a silencer, but I would like to have the card that says I can have a silencer.
Right, just to have it.
I need to get to work on my.
Shoot.
Yeah, one time I was on tour and we were in Utah, and we went to a shooting range with the Jane's Addiction crew, and I shot. Do you know what a Barrett rifle is?
No.
Barrett it's a gun about this big. It shoots a .50 caliber round, which can go through a tank, and you can shoot through an engine block, and you have to lay down to fire it. And the guy that went before me, I was crouched down behind him, filming him taking the shot. When he pulled the trigger, the phone flew out of my hand because of the concussion of the round. And when I shot it, you lay down on the ground, and it pushed me back about 6 inches on the ground.
So it's like a sniper, right?
Yeah, I think the longest sniper hit in the world was done with a Barrett, and I think it was like over 2 miles away. Wow. Where you have to like account for the curve of the earth and gravity and all kinds of cool shit.
It's like in the beginning of
probably could have made it.
Shooter. Remember
Shooter
that
Wahlberg?
movie? Yeah, I love that movie.
Is that the one where at some point he rolls down the hill? He like falls down a hill at the end? What a cool way to remember a movie. Is that the one where a guy falls down a hill?
I don't remember.
Oh my God, look at these silencers. I want one so bad.
I have a picture of myself holding it. Or
A silencer or just
no,
or
the AK-47 with the silencer.
yeah, that's a good one.
I don't think he would know I was into guns.
This one over here.
I'm scared of them. I don't agree with them, but I think that we have the right to have one.
This one doesn't want us to protect our house at all, so we're not allowed to have a gun. But can I get a silencer?
It's scary. Well, you just have a
I just want a silencer.
You're like, shh, 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 shh.
I am a silencer. This is my gun, and this is my silencer.
What does a silencer actually even look
pew.
like?
It's like a tube.
It almost looks like
those. They screw into the barrel.
yeah.
So it like
It looks like a gun.
no, you fucking dude. There is a gun, but the thing on the end of the thing is a
Okay.
silencer.
Me not knowing guns very well didn't.
She saw this. She
realize.
goes, "It looks like a gun."
That's all I see.
Well,
is
those
a
are
gun.
guns, but this.
Fuck. I don't know guns well enough to know there's a tube on the end of it. Opposed to it just is a gun.
I thought that was a gun. It is. Silencers go
But if
on.
you don't, but if you
Right,
don't
but
know
like-
much, but if you don't know anything,
If it
about
were a
guns,
diagram, I would need a line pointing to the thing that's the
Yeah.
silencer and the thing that's not the silencer.
she doesn't know. She's peaceful.
Yeah, I don't like guns. Okay?
Okay.
I don't need to know the anatomy of a gun.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
God.
that song? Ooh, ah, ah, ah.
The
is that?
Sickness
Oh, yeah.
by Disturbed.
I used to see him in Chicago all the time, and he had like,
Heidi's
oh
name.
my God, really him?
She isn't afraid.
I don't even know his
Drop
name.
those names, kinda lame.
What's his name?
Ooh, his name is
Oh, wah, ah, ah.
That is his name.
Darren Dorian.
D-Dog.
Wait a minute.
But he always had
Darius Rucker.
big shoes, like big what do you call that? Wedges on.
Yeah, he dresses like a goddamn idiot, and he wears like a monk's robe or some shit.
I wonder if he's still dressed.
David
like
Draymond.
that. Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like the Drummonds from
Oh, what is that? The drum is that not from Alf, but the
Different Strokes
Yeah.
to the World. Yes, it does.
look at this shirt. Look at this thing
Ooh, ah, ah, ah.
with his like big
Yeah.
rivets in it. Oh,
I wonder what he
has
looks like
those-
now.
He has those two, probably the same.
Is that him?
That's what I remember, those two things.
Let's see. Let's see if we can find a picture of him as his current day job as a busboy.
What if he has like hair now and like?
I don't think so. I don't think you go from bald to having a full head of hair. Wow. Let's look it up. David Draymond.
Those were fun times though, like musically.
Were they?
I think, because that was on. What was that night? It was the 90s.
No. He was like mid 2000s.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. He looks like Dana White from the UFC. Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
So my point is that I'm going to go to Ukraine and fight.
So I can't have that happen though because I can't keep losing people on this goddamn show. Can you still zoom in from the battlefield?
Totally. Okay, I'll stay. That's fine.
And I want you to be able to
Change my mind.
Like I see you with a helmet on, and like gonna be like, come on, I know Drea De Matteo. Please don't, no. I met Dennis Rodman. Please don't. Oh, pew, pew, pew.
Rodman.
You ever met him?
No.
Chicago guy. I figured you would have known him at some point.
No.
I think the Russians would appreciate your name drops. It might stop the war.
Putin might like it. He seems like
would.
a
He
kind
would
of
do
a
it.
like an arrogance sort of.
Piece of shit.
He's so crazy.
Yeah. Last week you talked about your near death on the runway plane crash. Mm-hmm. Remember that? Mm-hmm. We had a Patreon message sent in from Jeremy.
Were they on the plane? How crazy
No.
would that be?
If you want to listen, you'll know what why I'm reading this. Hey Dan, I'm watching today's episode, and I don't know if you guys ever figured out, but I think the storm Heidi was talking about when she was on the plane is called a derecho.
Yes.
Derecho?
Derecho. Yeah, because it sounds
Derecho
like
round? Is it derecho?
I was eating Doritos.
Yeah.
No, it was because it sounds Latin. I remember. I was like, "What the hell?"
So he
Yes.
says, I live in the Chicago area, and she said it happened in July, so I'm guessing it was 2011.
Yes.
I remember that storm so well, it knocked our power out for almost 2 days. And then he wrote back another one, said, actually, after watching a little further, it must have been a different storm because Heidi said it was in the afternoon, and that 2011 storm was in the morning. Either way, Doritos are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, morning,
Because
afternoon.
it was like in the, yeah,
Same
it was
shit.
like 4 in the afternoon. I remember the flight was like 4 or 5 because it was like still light out. It's summertime. So it was, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
he
that's
remembers it.
what it was.
2011.
Yeah.
11 years ago today, you survived a horrendous, almost near-death plane crash on the runway. Wow. I'm so happy you made it.
Me too.
Congratulations.
I just remember, like, I can remember us going, oh, we're taking off. And then the guy, like, he looked over at me and goes, that's the wings. And I was like, what? And because we were like rocking back and forth, but it felt like we were.
It was like a tornado coming over the airport while she was sitting on the runway.
3 of us. And then the pilot came on and said, hey, folks, this has never happened to me in my 30 years, but we're all alone out here because they evacuated
the airport.
And the tower.
So, yeah, there's the answer to that. Thank you, Jeremy, for the message.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Appreciate that.
Doricho.
What else? Also, so that came from Jeremy on Patreon.
Uh-huh.
We also just posted a little Heidi update video on our Patreon. What's wrong with your face?
So
you started glazing over.
Because I was like, did we what?
Remember you sent a little like update video that people seem to.
They like it?
Yeah. Do you see all the responses?
I saw a few of them.
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole thing.
Oh, it's great. People loved it. But in the video, you talked a little bit about like being down on the way you look a little bit.
Yes.
And you talked about Jesus Christ. Talked a little bit about you want to get some sort of
neck lift
situation, a neck lift.
Oh yes.
What is that all about?
Oh my God. I'm gonna do so it's you take the top of your neck right here, and it's like a little like mini facelift, but it's a neck lift. So you go back.
Okay.
I want one desperately. It's
all
not
right.
that much money.
We have people, a lot of responses there.
Doctors?
All doctors. One says, love you, Heidi. Thanks for the update. I'm so sorry about your aunt. Is the GoFundMe public? Also be strong. Those bangs will grow out. You can do this. Yeah. There was a lot of updates in that little video. You look good, Heidi. You look fab. You look stunning, Heidi. That came from Kuhn Browers, our songwriter guy. This comes from UC, Uncle Creepy. Heidi, you're beautiful and gorgeous both inside and out. But if you insist on calling yourself a 70s serial killer, then you have a green light to come murder me anytime.
I do, though. Those glasses, and when I have no makeup on, and I look like I do.
No, I liked it. I think it's a good look. It's a 70s vibe, but there's worse looks to have.
I mean, I don't mind it.
No, it's good. It's good.
I just look like it. Like Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
Like him.
Yeah. Yep. Were you wearing your Dahmer glasses in that one?
Yeah.
It was a very Dahmer vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another person hit me up, and she said, change of subject, but please tell Heidi, for the love of God, she does not need plastic surgery, with a bunch of exclamation points. I have a shit self-esteem, and COVID has taken its toll on my looks for sure, but she is just fine. No surgery, bitches. Don't do it.
Okay.
I would have to agree.
I just want this done.
Why?
And I wouldn't mind like a butt lift, like a BBL.
See, you're saying I just want this, but then I also want this.
And I can't believe, but I never was that person. And I always said like, I'm never going to get surgery. I'm fine. But clearly I'm not happy with the way I look.
And so the things that you're not happy about, are these things that you cannot take care of without surgery?
Yeah, this is like it's not a thing you can like work on.
My friend had that done where they injected a bunch of acid into here. And acid, and it burns the extra fat away.
Oh, I heard about that. And did she like it?
Yeah, until it just came right back like everything does.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're trying to talk Heidi out of getting plastic surgery.
It's called the Bella or something. The thing under here, it's called the
chin.
That thing where they inject shit in there.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Sorry.
What?
I had your mic off.
No worries. It's funny because I was actually thinking about that today. Like, okay, you have a body parts of your body you decide you don't like for whatever reason. You have options. Learn to love it, change it. If you go the change it route, there's options within that, right?
Right.
But like, yeah, does anything even, like, what's sustainable really is the bottom line question.
Right.
And why do we give a shit so very much?
That's another thing too. I wish I was that. I'm working at a place now that I just, it's fine. It's great.
The Bunny
but-
Ranch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And something happened the other night where there were, I'm trying to think if I can talk about this. There were some people there that were celebrities of the Gen Z sort. And I was...
I was at a place and there were celebrities of the Gen Z.
Do you know,
sort.
like young, and instead of me taking care of them, they asked this other person to take care of them, and I got bent out of shape. Which
Is it like someone that they've worked with before?
no,
Oh.
It was arbitrary?
it was a person that was younger than me, sort of hip. Not that I'm not hip, but I'm like old school.
Gross.
Yeah.
Wait,
and
set this up. How was this request
because I feel
placed?
like I don't want to get in trouble.
Don't. You don't have to say
You don't
what
have to
it
say
was.
specific. I'm just
Okay.
curious. How was the request?
Nobody told
Delivered.
me a thing, but I'm standing there and I'm very aware of everything because I don't know if people think I'm like not smart, but like I'm very like I take everything in. I'm that that's why I was a good scripty on like sets and stuff, which as a script supervisor you have to make sure that the actor does the same hand with the coffee cup and the wine is
You have to pay attention very
you
closely.
have to
My
to
dream.
oh my god, it's
She wants to be a continuity
Oh my
compliance
God.
person.
that's
Yeah.
what it was. And then I worked with the director who, he would say, "Oh, I like that take." Back when I was doing it, we wrote it, and now it's all on computer,
Right.
or on like an iPad thing. And
So
it's
in other
so
words,
fun.
you're hyper observant.
Yes, and I wanted to continue with it, but I couldn't pay my rent and be paid $50 a day, which sucks. That's why out here sometimes it's irritating because all the young rich kids sometimes are on sets and get to do these things because they don't have to pay rent. Their parents pay for it. But when you come out here with like, $20 or $100 and you're like trying to make a living, does that make sense? And then
Yes, you've just summarized the entire economy of the United States of America and any Western
Right,
culture
like-
with large gaps.
but it's like it's so in order to get into the union you have to have X amount of set
Experience.
and like the hours you
Yeah.
have to have, but I couldn't do it because I couldn't live, I couldn't feed myself. So it sucks. So I had to like stop doing that. My point is that it's the best job ever. I loved it. If you like that
I'm
stuff,
obsessed.
it's so fun. I had a point.
Your
Oh,
point
so I'm
was
very
because
aware
you're
of
talking
things.
about how you sensed that you're being requested that someone else take care of these people.
Yes,
Right.
and it was in my my area, and it was a very slow evening. So this person, someone said, "Oh, so and so is gonna be with these people," and I was like, "That's weird." So I got my point is, I wish I was that person who didn't give a shit and was like, "Okay, cool," and went on and just left. Okay, that's fine. Instead, I'm all in my head. I'm thinking I'm not cool enough. I'm not young.
Well, you were
good
slighted.
enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a normal thing to be like. Anytime someone would rather someone else than you can't. It brings you back to like recess of being picked last for kickball or whatever.
Exactly. And being
It's like, what's wrong with me? I can do whatever they're asking me to do.
Yes.
Is it just because of the way I look?
Right.
Is it because I'm so incredibly old? Is that what it is?
Right. And my upbringing being picked on, and like when Anna was here talking about that too. I mean, I was picked on constantly. So I wasn't like, I went back to that child.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I think we all do.
Instant
sometimes.
regression.
Yeah. Like, ugh. So, and then I asked this person, I said, why did that person get those people? And they said, well, this person is so much better with really famous Gen Z people.
I would take that as a compliment. I'd be totally not.
And
But
they said,
what a
and-
gross thing to say out loud.
and you're
thing is so gross.
and you're better with like
Decrepit old fucks.
No, look at no.
Dead people.
on the
I
way
mean,
out.
Yeah.
and you're better with like cool rock and roll people. And I was like,
Bro, that's a compliment.
I mean, I get
It
but
is,
perspective.
but it's
But I-
No, I
also
get it.
it
rejection.
hit me like
I get it,
my
I get it, I
chin,
get it. I'm trying to-
my fat.
Don't tell me that wouldn't
like-
bother you.
Like I would be so. I mean, not I would
Trying
be.
to
I
offer
was
perspective.
so like. I was. I mean, in my head, like
Yeah.
just horrible. So I've had like it lasted. Like I had to get rid of it. I had to meditate. And like, okay, everything's good. Everything's good. You're fine. You're fine. And I got really mad. I got mad, and then I got sad, and then I was pissed off, and I was like, "It's my pocketbook," and like then I went
Wait,
like,
what?
my because it
Oh.
took money out of my my pocket,
Yeah, yeah.
and it wasn't explained to me as it's happening. So and I was like, I was
And who ran it by you? Another like a coworker,
Server?
or like the
coworker.
Okay. Wow.
told me they're not coworker. Yeah, a worker that's in
Right, of
charge
course.
of like these things. Anyhow,
Oh,
it's so
man.
sick and gross. And anyhow, but
That's annoying. I get you on that one. That's
I don't know
annoying.
where my point was going on that. Oh, just how I wish I could let things go. Who cares? I wish I was that person who was like, oh, yeah, my neck looks like this. Who fucking cares? I don't care.
So how much are you actually considering getting something done?
I mean, when I have the money,
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had stuff like that done before? Any kind of liftage or any kind
no.
of?
Nope. I've never had anything done in my face. And my sister gets
It looks
that
like you
done.
have.
It
You look
does?
stunning. Yes.
Thanks.
Was that good?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty good. You look beautiful. Don't do
Oh,
anything.
thanks.
No.
No, and I'm not. I'm not saying this for people to go. It's okay. You know how when people are like,
I know you're not doing it for
and I
that.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Thank you, but I really, honestly, I want to have that done.
Okay.
Just this part.
But
Like just-
so well, you said just that part, and then you said you wanted a butt lift.
Yeah, but that's I don't.
And
think I'll
then
do
from a
that.
butt lift, you're gonna have your calves done. You're
I'd
gonna
love to
get
have my calves on. I'm just kidding. I don't even think that's a thing.
I
Oh, it
do
is.
feel like it
it?
is definitely
calf.
a thing.
People get calf implants to
100%.
get the perfect shape.
No, my calves are so big I can't even wear those zip up boots.
It's weird. And I do feel like it's a slippery slope. I've already started doing the tugging, which I never
what's
thought.
the tugging?
Looking in the mirror.
You
and
pull
stuff.
back like let's see what
because
tight
the
skin looks
older
like.
you get, I'm serious. My whole face is starting to like droop.
Right.
down.
And what we see in the mirror is 80 million times worse than what the normal person sees.
But why does that have to happen as we get older?
I
Like
don't
we've
know.
already been through so much. Like
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
can't you just keep our face up a little bit?
No.
So here's calf implants before and after.
It's mainly men though, right?
A lot of
not
times.
necessarily, but
I feel like
guys
often,
do it.
Yeah, it's more like a muscular.
legs are weird.
Because dudes can like build up their whole upper body and then their legs don't do what they want it to do. So they do that.
I go to this PT place, and this guy. So my physical therapist is really cool, and there was this new guy, and he had a tight a shirt on, and his like, what is what? His pecs were like out to here, and he's this little guy like. And we were laughing so hard because I was like, "Oh my god, look at that guy! What's going on?" Like just, and so
He may have had implants.
he came over and talked and said, "Hey, I heard you were talking about my pecs," because my PT guy said it was funny, and I was like, "Yeah, I was just saying you look great." And he's like, "Yeah, well, I do this and this and this," and he was so excited that I had said that he
What
looked like a
a
blow
fucking
up doll.
douchebag.
He loved it. I was like, "You look like a blow up doll."
The balls it takes
Fake. It looks so fake. Like
to walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, I heard you were talking about my pecs. Hey, I'm Devin," or whatever the fuck his name is. How gross.
Those were two really gross stories.
Yeah.
like I don't.
How do we cleanse out of this disgustingness?
Sorry.
I don't know. Should we go back to Ukraine or?
Something funny and sexy like Ukraine?
Yeah, like that.
I don't like it one bit.
Sorry.
noble.
I know it's gross, right? Like all like I think so. I think this whole week too, I had that, and I feel like I'm sort of in a weird funk right now because I'm like, I hate talking about that shit. I hate caring about that shit. Like this town sometimes is so ridiculous.
But it's also great.
It's great, but it's sometimes ridiculous.
You need to
The weather's amazing.
dig more into being on your couch with some ice cream, some chocolates, some pizza,
Yeah.
some whatever. That's what's more
Chocolate.
chocolates.
So last night, I was out to dinner with my friend Dre.
Dinner for food?
Dinner
For a meal of food?
for food
What kind of food?
at the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And there's this couple that I met, and he makes chocolate truffles. He makes
like
fucking
those Lindt chocolates?
truffles. Oh, do you like them? Oh, I'll bring some then. I don't know if you like. So
Dark.
but he also makes them with mushrooms and marijuana.
Oh.
But I don't do. I'm too scared to do that. But I'll do the mushrooms. I think.
Bring the mushrooms to this
Right.
place.
So we should
Mushroom
do that.
episode. Mushroom
How fun
episode.
would that
It'd
be?
be a blast.
They don't work on me, but I'm trying.
You
they
run the
don't?
cameras while we do a crazy mushroom episode.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just take all of them and then see what happens.
No, don't. You keep wasting. All she does is she wastes every mushroom in this goddamn house. So maybe
Why
it'll
don't
work
they
this time.
work on you?
I think antidepressants.
But no, definitely
Oh.
antidepressants.
Well-
It's confirmed
Really?
amongst other people that do antidepressants that it just like mushrooms. They negate each other.
Apparently, but I
Really?
think you can do enough where they might not.
Well, you keep
But
trying,
then
but
it's
it's
like,
not
oh, wait,
working.
like-
I'm picturing you like chocolate all over your face. You're like, not yet.
Nothing's happening.
Give me another bag.
Why is your face melting?
I don't love a trial and error process that involves money.
No, let's do mushrooms
okay.
here,
Okay,
and
I'll
that'd
tell
be a
them.
blast.
Oh my gosh.
But
But they were amazing.
wait, are mushrooms sellable in California now?
I think so because
No, not quite. Not quite.
No.
Because the person that does my
No, because they would have they'd be in stores or dispensaries or whatever, right?
microdosing, is that legal or is that the same thing?
It's
All the same.
I think it's mushrooms are decriminalized, but I don't think you can buy them. You can't buy them anywhere yet.
Oh,
But microdosing is done with like a shaman and shit, so it's all on the hush hush anyway.
Yeah, but it's not above board. And it's
Huh.
I think people, I'm just making this shit up, but I think there's
That's good.
areas where no, because I know there's facilities in this area that have some sort of license or certificate that allows them to study it and to
Right.
work with people with it.
Well,
So-
studying it, if you're doing it for science stuff, you can do. All
Well,
kinds
that's what
of
I'm
shit.
saying. So maybe it's a grant or some sort of permissive whatever.
We need a grant for the show so we can do mushrooms
I think that's
here
smart.
all the time.
I think that's super.
Can you get on
smart.
that?
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm a
LA
legal
board
secretary
people.
now.
No, but you know LA board people. Mm-hmm. So
that was the best time I ever had
LA board.
on mushrooms years ago.
the best time you ever had was on mushrooms.
The best.
What happened?
High.
What was the story?
It was in Seattle at the Phoenix.
Washington?
Mm-hmm, that's not there anymore. In fact, remember the earthquake that happened in Seattle? It was a while ago, but it destroyed all that part of the really cool Seattle where the cobblestones and stuff.
Sorry, while we're talking Seattle, can
Yeah.
you let her hear your Eddie Vedder impression?
Yeah. How's it go? Hey, yeah, wait. Hey, I'm still alive, yeah.
What'd you think of that?
I thought Cher. Cher.
Keep talking Seattle.
Think. I think
Different
that's
song.
Cher. I
Different
think
song. That
that's-
was Soundgarden.
I was wondering. That was Cher doing Alive. I mean, not a bad version of Cher, but
I'm
more
still
Cher.
alive. She had her tongue out.
Moonstruck. Oh.
Oh, I love that movie.
All right, this show fucking sucks. You're in Seattle. You're
Seattle.
what year? What time? Where are we at?
96?
Jesus, we were 16 years old.
97 maybe?
We were 17 years old.
But it was a place called the Phoenix we played, and we were setting up, and the owner of it, who is now a woman.
Oh shit.
He was beautiful, Rick. I don't know what his name is now. He's beautiful, tall.
Tall. I was gonna say probably tall, wasted all that tallness to be a tall woman, which
Gorgeous.
no one likes.
Gorgeous.
Okay,
Oh,
anyway.
I got excited. I was like, oh yeah, female business owners. I get it.
Yeah, not anymore.
Take a minute.
Not really.
What's that?
What?
I thought you were giving props to female business owner, but I'm
He's female
understanding
now.
that.
She doesn't give a fuck about that.
He was a.
She hates
he was a
women's
ma-
rights.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, you're in Seattle.
So
You're on tour.
We're there, and we did a little cocaine, drank a little. Don't judge, please. And
You can judge cocaine.
or judge, whatever.
Yeah, judge her.
I was young, and then all of a sudden, someone brings out the mushrooms, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't." But
I'm playing tonight
Yeah.
in a hard rock industrial band. I can't fuck around with drugs,
So
even though I'm on cocaine currently.
So after I played, I did some mushrooms, and it was, oh my God, I laughed. I had so much fun. I remember that. I mean, that was so long ago. I remember it as the best time I ever had. We were in a hot tub at Rick's house, and it was so cool.
Did you see his tits?
No, he was a guy. He was still.
Fuck. Did you play on mushrooms?
Knows after you said.
No,
Oh.
once in New Orleans, we did there was a groupie girl that came backstage, and since I was the only girl, like sometimes like not to make, I mean, not, they're not bad, but the groupie girls would try to like make friends with me, like super like very like, okay, settle down, like because they wanted to get with the guitar player or the drummer or whatever. And she brought in some what we thought was coke, and we were about to go on stage, and two of us did like just a little bump, and it was not meth, it was
PCP?
fuck, what was it?
Angel dust,
It must have
Harrowing.
been. It was like, yeah, it was like a mixture of like
baking soda.
crystal meth and hair, and it was something where we
Mold spores.
We threw up,
Oh, God.
and we were like, "What did we just do?" We were so. It was at one Eye Jack's at Tip to Tina's.
Okay. It is so dangerous to do drugs that a stranger brings you. Like
And this was back
a
in,
fan who
yeah. Now I would
could have
never.
hated you guys and could have killed you guys.
Now I would not. I mean, now it's like there's fentanyl, there's all that shit. Like I don't think. I mean, I'm sure it was around back then, but I don't know. It wasn't. I didn't think. I mean,
Should we let listeners in on a little secret?
yeah.
Guys, if you somehow make food for a famous person or a band member or something, and you bring it to the venue, and you somehow get it to them, and it's food, it goes directly into the trash.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know, no food that you make for anybody famous ever makes it to their mouth.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
Like it might not even be looked at. If you're like, I made cupcakes for these
I was just gonna say.
I made cupcakes for Metallica. They're like, oh, thank you so much. You turn around, it goes into the trash.
Yep.
So don't make food for anybody.
It seems super logical. Yeah,
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many people bring food.
I'm
Or, like,
surprised to even
liquids
hear
or-
that's a thing.
Like the majority of your gifts do make it. Like if you
Yes.
have a card or you like have a T-shirt or something, it will usually at least make it to the eyeballs of the intended viewer. But if it's food, it's not happening.
What are we talking? Casseroles?
No, we're talking cupcakes. We're talking.
There was a lot of cakes when we were on tour. Or like,
People don't bring.
hey,
ca-
it's your
I-
birthday.
I-
It's almost your birthday.
What's up,
or-
Typo Negative? Thought you guys might want this tuna casserole. Dig in. Have it before the show. Definitely plan a full stomach of tuna.
Baked sweets.
Yeah.
'Cause-
No, it's baked goods
like
or
cookies,
Right.
brownies.
I will say there was where were we? We must have been in Texas. I think it was Texas, and someone brought
a
like-
tamale.
tons, like what are the tubs and tubs full of barbecue, and we ate all of that.
In New Orleans, there was a guy we were on tour with Danzig on that tour, and he brought a big thing of crawfish, and we all ate it.
Yep. The crew, by the way, will eat most of the things that the band will not eat. Like if you bring cupcakes for the band and they don't want them, we'll probably end up eating them just to see if
To see what's up.
yeah, to see what happens.
Be the the guinea pig.
Yeah. So there, a little bit of insight.
Could we talk about that girl that 2000? I remember it, but it was like 2016, I think it was, or maybe 18. And it was all in the news that she was kidnapped, or not. Yeah, she was missing. And when they found her, she had like all of these. I don't know if she was stabbed or what. I forget what happened to her, but she said that these two Hispanic girls kidnapped her and like beat her up. I don't know if she was. I don't think she was stabbed. I'm making that up. I think.
Okay.
And here she had been with her boyfriend the whole time, self-inflicted wounds. But for the last few years, she had been taking money out of a victim fund, like 30 grand. Excuse me. And now I'm mad because I didn't know there was a victim fund. And a girl I work with said, yes, like you can, like there's this statute of limitations. I think mine's almost up. And
for your assault?
Yeah, I didn't know I could fucking get money each month. And I can get money to move. I had no fucking clue.
Well, they wouldn't tell you that. They would never. You would never be told that.
I guess this girl said, "Well, you're supposed to just like do the footwork yourself," and I'm like, "What? I didn't even know."
Okay.
So now I'm pissed. So now I'm gonna. That's what I'm doing. When I get home.
Okay.
I'm gonna look into that. I want some cash
monies
for fucking dealing with what I dealt with.
Some monies for being assaulted.
She had been taking all this money, and it just came out now that she made it all up.
My God.
And she took 30 grand from this victims fund.
What kind of person would take 30 grand from anybody?
And there was
remember?
Oh, that's right. You took a lot.
Still 30 grand.
And there was a GoFundMe page too for her, I think.
Is she going to jail?
I hope so.
What's her name?
Wow.
Terrible.
What is her name? I looked it up. Her name is
Way to come prepared, Heidi.
Sherry Papini. Sherry Papini.
Popped right up.
Oh, Sherry Papini. Oh yeah, there she is. I remember. She'd been. I mean, she was like missing. Do you guys remember that?
I don't remember. She doesn't look familiar to me at all.
And look, on the cover of People, I mean, she was like a celebrity. Look at that. 2016. Yeah.
Trail, 34.
What a fucking bitch, man.
And who helped her with it? I
think her ex-boyfriend? I don't know.
This fucking prick that she's in the pictures with, this
I think
guy?
that she... Wait, no. No, that's the guy that she was like engaged to. Wait,
They have eyes that would do bad things.
So she had said that 2 Hispanic women had kidnapped her, but they discovered that she inflicted the injuries on herself and was staying with her former boyfriend.
That's some Jesse Smollett shit right there.
Totally. Oh, I can't stand him. She could face up to $250,000 fine, 5 years in prison. And there was a 22-day search. So think of all that fucking...
The resources.
Yes.
Where kids are being molested.
Yes.
While they're looking for this chick who's just hiding somewhere.
Oh my God.
Save the children.
It's like...
Save the children.
She's insane.
Democrats are eating babies. Please save the children.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Speaking of crazy, you guys want to see some crazy shit? Check this out. Heidi, please read this headline.
Oh my God. Oh, wait. So my boyfriend sent me this and said, "This is why I'm scared of you. This is why I'm never going to make you mad," or something. And I was like, why? Because I didn't see the beginning. And I just thought, I would never dismember you.
Will you read the fucking headline?
Wisconsin woman put dismembered victim's head in bucket after meth-fueled sex act. Wait. Let's read this.
We're going to.
Why colon top?
I feel like I know her.
Because that's what the cop said. Anyway.
A 24-year-old.
This woman.
Green Bay?
Let me read to you guys. I'm going to read to you guys. A 24-year-old woman has been charged with the murder of a man whose body parts were found strewn about a Green Bay property and vehicle last week. A person living at the home summoned police on February 23rd after discovering a severed head in a bucket, according to a criminal complaint obtained by local outlet WBAY. Officers arriving at the scene made their way down basement stairs, finding the head still lying in a black bucket on the floor, covered with a towel, which is respectful, and what appeared to be dried blood on a nearby mattress. That's the quote. A further search of the property turned up a storage tote in which upper part of a torso had been stored. This guy was fucking everywhere.
Look at this name.
Taylor Shaw Business.
It's Shaw Business,
Taylor
not
Shaw
mine.
Business. Mine Shaw Business. Allegedly, the last person to have seen the 25-year-old victim alive was found at a nearby house. Her clothing was speckled with dry blood. According to the complaint, the police searching her van found a crock pot box containing other human parts, including legs.
Those are some small legs.
No, or a huge crock pot. I mean, she may have had like a big Walmart-sized crock pot. Yeah, was this guy a baby? Like, why are his legs so... Or maybe,
that's
maybe
amazing.
hold on, we'll get there. But maybe he was one of those guys that has a normal body and tiny little, like, decrepit, spindly little legs.
Oh my God.
You know, the guys with atrophy. When police asked her what happened, Shaw Business replied, "That is a good question." Okay, you be her, okay?
Is this real?
Hold on, you be her.
Uh-huh.
I miss Shaw Business. We just found a horrendous scene at the house next door and wanted to speak to you. I noticed that there's blood speckled all over you, and we found these spindly little legs in this crock pot box. We found who's your friend laughing? We'll get to that. We found a black bucket that had a towel over it. We opened it. There was a head in there, but I can't help but notice that there's blood on you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what happened?
That's a good question.
She was later charged with a first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault. Not in that order.
Shaw Business.
Shaw Business. Shaw Business allegedly killed and dismembered her victim after first smoking methamphetamine with him, according to the complaint. They initiated a sexual encounter that then escalated to include the use of chains, which Shaw Business characterized as a dog's choke collar. There were two, she said, one for her, one for him, which is cool. At least they're sharing that. Eventually, Shaw Business says she began strangling him with her bare hands. She told investigators that she could feel his heart continuing to beat as she choked him. Quote, so she kept pulling and choking him harder, end quote. She kept going as the man's face turned purple and blood came out of his mouth.
Fucking detailed.
She then played with the cadaver for quote 2 to 3 hours, end quote, after his death.
This is like the guy from the kitten movie.
Oh yeah,
Documentary.
Don't fuck with cats.
Yes.
Using several knives, not just one. She had to try a few out. Several knives to dismember the body. Prosecutors alleged in the complaint a bread knife, quote, worked the best, she explained in a police interview, because of the serrated blade.
I mean, yeah, she does. I mean,
We're still going here, guys. I mean, let's keep going, right? Okay. Shaw Business told the police they'd have, quote, have fun trying to find all of the organs. Oh my God, this chick rules.
Have fun trying to find all the organs.
Okay, yeah, you read the quotes when she talks, okay? Her plan had been to bring all of the body parts with her, but being...
paranoid and lazy.
As she put it, she left the head behind.
I can't believe I left the head, though.
She said. Shaw Business told investigators that she had just gone...
crazy.
And blacked out during at least part of the encounter. She asked them...
if they knew what it was like to love something so much... that you kill it.
According to the Green Bay Gazette, the name of the victim was not immediately... I mean, what the fucking shit?
Wait, we're almost there.
Okay, let's keep going. On Tuesday, a Brown County court set bail for Shaw Business at $2 million. Deeming her a flight risk, she had been placed on probation just weeks before the alleged murder and was missing the monitoring bracelet that was supposed to be wearing.
Oh, she was already a person.
Is this her quote? Oh, this is...
No.
You be the DA. You be the DA.
I think the facts alleged are extremely concerning and disturbing and go to the violent and grave nature of the offense.
Assistant District Attorney Caleb Saunders said at the hearing, he called it
one of the most serious offenses
committed in the county in a long time. I mean...
Wait. At the bottom, look what it says. She seemed calm.
Where's that?
Appearing
via...
said little at the hearing. She seemed calm.
Oh my God. Of course she did. She seems cool as fuck. Telling you which knives work best. I mean, that's a good question.
I found that the bread knife worked the best.
I mean, and
look at her.
And she's kind of like...
she's not bad looking.
She's criminal hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's not bad.
Like if she were in jail, she'd be fucking the...
Look at her hair is
definitely
clean. Her hair's clean and brushed and like...
up.
But there's one part that scares me.
Her tattoo?
Yeah, the neck tattoo.
That says, cut here.
I'm going to prison.
It says serrated is better right across her neck.
That's a good question.
Which makes me think that
question. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Reading this made me realize just how boring our sex life is. Like insanely boring.
That's where you went with that.
No chains, no serrated blades,
No serrated blades.
connected legs,
Yep.
connected head. It's like fucking bullshit.
No crock pot.
No crock pot, no boxes,
Sorry.
no towel. Well, some
God.
towels sometimes.
Do you make crock pot food though?
I
We
love
do?
crock pot. Well, we don't, but I do.
You have a crock pot?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Have you ever had meth fueled sex acts, Heidi?
I've never done meth except for that one time when we did.
Boy,
that.
do we have a Patreon show coming for you guys. We're gonna have a meth fueled sex party on the show.
I've never done meth except that one.
No, except that what I was I don't know what we did. We snorted that little bit of stuff, but
which
I don't
could have
think
been
that was. Yeah, I don't know what that
Unknown.
was. That
Unknown
was
substance.
stupid. That was a dumb. No, I've never done. I've never smoked crack or never done any of that. It's too.
I wish we had you reading her parts the whole time.
I know.
That was really good.
It was pretty great.
Mutilating the corpse for 2 to 3 hours. Listen, like Titanic, the movie is what 2.5 hours. Imagine playing with a dead body for all of Titanic.
I just want to say something. There's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and there's a girl on there named Jen Shaw, and
Business?
she's
Shaw Business?
and she in the beginning of the
shortened.
thing, she says something. I'm amazing, and I just think of that every time we say
Shaw Business.
And I can't believe this is in Wisconsin, in Green Bay.
You can't believe that?
I know this.
That's where
area
Ed
so
Gein is
well.
from.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, he's the
That's
godfather
right.
of fucked up like
Jeffrey Dahmer, Milwaukee. You're
come on,
right.
Wisconsin
I mean, but
is
I
the
can't believe like
place.
this young lady.
What's that band? Wisconsin Death Trip, or is that an album from someone?
That's
It's an album. Wisconsin Death Trip. Who the fuck is that?
That's
Oh my god, it's right in my brain. Oh, it's
the something project. No, the
oh, Jesus Christ! It's fucking Static X.
Oh, of course.
Jesus.
Who died in that band? Lead singer.
Lead
no.
singer.
Wayne died, right? Wayne.
Yes, Wayne Static. I mean, you're in awe, but it was like 9 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
We did a couple shows with those guys. I love them. I
Wayne
forgot he died.
Static.
Oh yeah.
Death. Wayne Static
What
University.
did he die of?
Broken heart. 2014, 8 years ago.
He had consumed half of an oxycodone pill. Just half of one?
Do you know how powerful those are?
Yeah,
Just wait till our fucking oxy episode or the fentanyl episode that we were going to have.
I mean, they're not that strong. Half of one?
Well, he may have
Come on.
mixed it with something else. Who knows?
It's
I've
just
taken
alcohol.
oxys too. It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
No.
Biden's waging a war on it.
Kids, take oxy. If you're listening, take oxy. No, don't. Jokes.
I have oxy, but that's for my shoulder, and at night if I like can't sleep or it hurts really
you don't
bad.
have to justify it with us. We're fine with whatever you want to do.
But you know what I mean? Like I have like oxycodone pills, but I don't think they're that strong. They're not that strong.
Well, they're
Now I'm
not
scared.
Well, they're not that strong when you're taking them for actual pain. But if you're feeling great,
And drinking alcohol.
Yeah,
on it?
Well,
he,
yeah,
he
if
was
you-
consuming alcohol with it. That's what really pushes shit over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it'll slow your heart rate down.
everyone knows. Do your oxys by themselves. Everyone knows that.
Completely.
I want to get back to Shaw Business. I think I want to see.
Shaman.
But she
Do you
sounds,
think my
she
gore
sounds like
sites-
that guy. But she sounds like the guy. The kittens don't fuck with cats.
Let's see if my gore sites have pictures of the body yet.
Oh no!
Wait, when did this happen?
Recently.
Oh,
Yeah, just last week, right?
Wait, did I spell it right? SCHA?
SCHA. Shaw.
Shaw business.
Nothing yet.
Ooh, Wait,
So,
what is the site?
This is where I get all my death stuff. Idiot attacked by tiger.
No.
Old buddy of mine lost his kid.
Do you watch this stuff too?
No.
Russian
Makes
troops
No, it's not
massacred.
really my jam.
Cancerous facial skin removed. Suicide bomb aftermath.
No, I don't like that stuff. Mm-mm. No, thank you.
We'll not look at that right now.
No, gracias.
We'll talk about something better. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
So,
That's amazing.
you know I like horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know I like horror movies. Everyone knows I like horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the new one? 4 times?
I watched it 4 times.
It's that good? So I should watch it?
We have a lot to talk about.
But I've never seen the first one, though.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
What are you, stupid?
Because I don't like gore stuff.
not-
I don't like gore.
And here's the trick.
Yeah?
You don't see any gore in the first movie.
Really?
You don't see anyone. You don't see any of the damage really happening.
Oh.
There's barely, and I mean barely, any blood in the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Really?
Everyone assumes it's an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, like I don't want to like.
because the Chainsaw Massacre is in the title, but
Right.
there's like 1 or 2 scenes where there's like a little bit of blood. It's all
It's
your
really
brain,
good, right? Like I should.
It's in like the National Archives of the best films or the
Really?
Oh yeah,
Okay, I'll watch.
it's
that.
a masterpiece.
And then my sister said she watched the second one and she liked it, or this new one. This new
This is
one.
like this is like the 7th one, but this new one is on Netflix exclusively. It's called Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is the new thing everyone's doing, just calling the sequel the same as the first movie, which is driving me nuts. Like the sequel to Halloween that just came out with Jamie Lee Curtis a couple years ago.
Halloween.
It's called Halloween. Like, what are we doing? I don't just stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no hopes for this movie whatsoever. I assumed it was going to be dog shit because most of these sequels are terrible. So I think going into it with bad expectations was very helpful. Upon first viewing, there were things that bothered me, but overall I was like, okay, not bad. Not bad. The next day I watched it again. This is when I was on tour. And I'm like, this might be okay. Like Leatherface has done well. It takes place literally, so the first movie came out in 1974. This one takes place modern day, so 50 years has gone by.
And what's the story? Like they're like.
You got to know the first one, but like,
Oh, okay. Like they're going back to do.
pretty much, I'll tell you the first movie. 5 like teenagers or 5 young adults are going through Texas to go to like an old family homestead, and they get a little lost trying to find it because the 70s, no GPS, and they meet this cannibalistic family, and the main guy, you know who Leatherface is.
Yeah.
He's like one of the children in this family, but he's like the protector of the family. So he's like a big dumb dog who just doesn't know where these people are coming from, and he's freaking out like who are these people, and has to kill them all to protect his family. One girl gets away in the end of that movie. And in this movie, she's in the movie 50 years later.
Oh wow.
The
same
character.
actress?
The actress died like 8 years ago, so she wasn't able to be in it. But in this new one, it's like these YouTube influencers have now bought this small town. I'm not going to do any real spoilers. They like bought this small town in Texas, and they want to like build it up to make it like a new Austin, and then sell it to investors to make it like a new cool little spot. So these
Smart.
teenagers are going to check out this area, and what they don't realize is that that's where Leatherface has been hiding for 50 years, just trying to like
How old is
live
he
in
now?
70.
And
He's
is
probably
he one of
70.
those that doesn't age? Like he's just,
No, he's wearing a mask. So like
Oh, okay.
you see him in the movie without the mask, and he is an old man.
Okay.
But so leading up to it, like you were going to see old man Leatherface, and he
Is
is
he
like he
disfigured?
hobbles. No, I mean he has
Okay.
terrible teeth, but he's not he's not a monster. But like I think in the first movie, he's just supposed to be like retarded. He's supposed to have like a really mentally disabled guy.
Why does he put the face on or the mask on?
So the way it works in the first movie is he has 3 different masks, and every time he puts the mask on, he becomes a new person. So he becomes
Oh wow.
the personality of whatever mask he has. So in the first movie, there's a mask called the killing mask, which is the one when he's hunting and protecting. Then he wears one when he's making dinner. It's like an old woman's face he puts on with like the big curly hair, and he puts an apron on, and that's when he makes food. And then at the end of the movie, there's like a dinner party, and it's a woman's face. It's called the Pretty Woman mask, and there's like makeup, like lipstick all over the lips, and all this
Oh,
stuff.
in Dead by Daylight, they have a Leatherface, and he has sometimes I see him with
That's
this
the
like,
old woman mask.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this?
So that's when he's trying to be fancy. So in the new movie, I'm not gonna say how he gets a new mask, but he gets a new mask, and it's called activating. So whenever he puts a mask on, it activates one of his personalities. So he's been doing nothing for 50 years, and then something happens in the movie that triggers him to, like, he's like, oh, I remember what to do now, and it's.
Ooh.
And then the other night, I took so much edibles, so many of the edibles. I was incredibly high. I'm like, I'm gonna watch it again. Watched it for the fourth time. At the end, I just started laughing. I'm like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life. Which it's not. It's not good. It's not good, but I love it.
Okay, I'll watch it now.
But watch the first one.
First?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do you read a book from the back to the front? No.
Sometimes.
I read
Depends.
magazines that way.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I am the meat of a dumb sandwich right now. You guys are the dumb bread, and I'm the meat in the middle that's very intelligent. Wow. What is that? Was that rude? Was that cool? That was fine. Oh, okay.
That is a good.
Do you want? Would you do? We should do a original Texas Chainsaw watch along.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
This
Wait,
behind
how
me.
do you-
This is from the original movie.
Oh, really? Original truck door ravage. Ooh.
It's a little teaser.
Not cool.
Yeah, this is a piece of
That's
movie
cool.
memorabilia that people would love to have. God damn it! I threw my pen on the floor.
What do you feel like when you eat all the edibles?
Ow. Huh?
What do you feel like when you eat edibles? Like, what is it?
I feel great.
Is it like an all over
Yeah, you
body
get like
thing?
I'll start laughing. I do feel like I don't. If I get up to go to the kitchen, I don't remember what I'm doing in the kitchen.
Well, that's just called
if you're watching
being 50. Sorry. I don't need.
If I'm watching a show, like my short term memory is about 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
Wow.
So if I'm watching something, I'm like, you can't keep track, but you enjoy watching things move. Does that make sense? What's your experience? You have a different one than me.
I have a
but-
completely different
and
one.
I do a lot more than she does.
What do you feel like?
In the happy zone, I feel like really creative and focused and like light.
Ooh.
But there's a tipping point for me where it goes to my brain. Do you have anxiety?
Bad.
Do you,
That's why I'm like
ruminate shit.
oh, do I remember?
Does she have anxiety?
That is a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I played with the body for 2 or 3 hours.
I can't believe I forgot the head though. All right, guys.
I was lazy. So lazy. So for me, I think if I got as high as he got, it would go all just it replicates a panic attack.
Yeah, that's what
If your panic attack is completely inside of your
But not in a good way.
not in a good way. No, but it takes a lot of training to talk yourself out of it, and sometimes the training isn't worth it because you gotta go through the
Wow.
really
Okay, yeah,
shitty stuff.
I bet you could handle edibles.
I don't know.
There's a
does the
fine
dog
line.
like?
It's just like like
Fuck the fine line.
the
Just go
like
for it.
2.5 to 5 on. It depends how I'm feeling on a day, but that's a sweet spot for me. More than that is just fucking absurd. Like it's not good. I go straight into like self-deprecation and all that bullshit. And I'm always like, I want to just watch a movie and laugh and feel good in my body.
I usually do
Wow.
2.5 to 5, and the other day I did 30. And then last night I did 20.
And you dabble with 10.
Yeah, but
Wait,
like
what's
my
2.5? That's
milligrams.
the actual
The milligram,
okay.
the dose. And then also it's like if there's a balance between if it's just straight THC or if there's CBD or CBN or whatever. But I will say like I could do yoga, like physical movement for fucking days because it's like euphoric. Wow. It's like what I've never done ecstasy. It's what I imagine people talk about. Like, and on a good day, sex is next level.
Wow.
I would say.
Just kidding. I can do it.
when you don't hit it, I'm sure on stage there's times when he can't do it right.
Right?
He's like, It's like, wah! Then we're just like, boo! Start over!
Do over.
Ooh, whoa!
I can't do it anymore.
Do it again.
Wah!
That's good. That's good.
That's good. It's subtle.
Yeah.
Subtle.
So yeah, we're gonna do edibles. We're gonna watch Texas Chain Saw Massacre.
Both at the same time?
No, you can only watch one movie at
Stages.
once.
I would only. I don't think I would.
Do edibles and watch.
I don't know if I would do an edible. I would do the chocolate mushroom.
Get those fucking things. Let's
Yeah.
do it, dude.
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's do it.
I
And
did
then
them in Maui once. Oh my god.
there's also another show. People always ask shows we're watching. Another thing on Netflix, which is great. Have you watched Murderville yet?
No, with what's his face? Will
Arnett.
Will Arnett. I love
Yes.
him.
Do you know what it's about?
Yes.
What do you think it's about? And then I'll correct you.
He's a detective. Because I read about it. He's a detective, right?
Terry Seattle.
That has a podcast? No, I made that up.
The fuck? Heidi, you were doing good.
The Murderville I watched.
You were doing good until you started guessing. He's the one who's a cop, but
What
he's
am I doing
but
right
he's
now?
also a milkman.
What am I doing right now? A podcast. Podcast?
Yeah.
They're doing a podcast.
He loves
It's like when
koozies
someone's
with
like,
tits on
What's
them.
your name? And you're like, Revive
No, he doesn't have a podcast. He's just a cop.
Truck.
So, it's a show. There's 6 episodes. Each one has a different celebrity guest. So he's a cop, and so the first episode, Conan O'Brien comes in. Conan in real life has no idea what they're doing. The actors on the show know they're trying to solve a crime.
Oh.
So Conan is playing new detective Conan O'Brien. He's playing himself, who's the former talk show host, who's now a investigator. But Will Arnett and everyone on the show, they give you clues for Conan to solve this crime, and they take you around to different crime scenes. But they break character and laugh all the time. But they're trying to keep it serious.
Amazing.
I've never seen a show like it before,
Creative as
and
well.
it's really, really great.
Who are the guests?
It's Marshawn Lynch, who's the football player who's with the Seattle Seahawks.
He's great.
Conan. Let me look it up.
The guy from I saw a picture of Kenny. No, not Ken.
Are you changing the subject before we? Are you changing the
No,
subject?
the
No, she's
guy. No,
guessing
the
who else
Asian
is on.
guy from the little guy from Hangover.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he was
Ken
in
Jeong.
Pineapple
Ken
Express.
Jeong.
Ken Jeong's one of them.
Yeah.
Are these all of them?
Oh, look at it's
Yeah.
it's Kamal. Oh, it's Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone, the Indian actor guy, and this. I don't know who that chick is though. I don't know who this one is.
It looks like Sandra Bullock, but it's not.
No. Fucking A. Where's the main? Tell you what, let's go to the website.
That's amazing.
It's really smart.
I thought it was like just
A podcast show.
yeah. I thought it was a podcast. Oh, have you seen that?
No, but
Worst
hold on.
roommate
Don't
ever?
don't change the subject yet. Don't change the subject. I haven't, but I can't wait. That just came out the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's look at these episodes.
Murderville.
Okay.
Oh
The
my
Marshawn Lynch one was
God,
really funny.
That's amazing.
What's going on?
And do they play themselves then?
Yes.
Like that-
So he's playing like former NFL player Marshawn Lynch, and like it's all like it's not scripted, so they're just like winging it and trying to be cops. Oh fuck!
I love when people break character,
Oh, then you'll love this.
like a Carol Burnett sort of thing.
It's really great.
Oh, that was all of
So, yeah, Kumal
Annie
Nanjiani, Annie Murphy. I don't know who she is.
She's from
Sharon
Schitt's Creek.
Stone, and then Ken Jeong. But check out Murderville on Netflix. Very clever.
Annie
Very
Murphy
fun.
is one of my favorites.
Oh, you know who she is?
She's from Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
Oh, she's the
She's
sister.
yeah,
daughter.
Yo, David.
Oh my God, she's fucking fabulous.
her.
oh, is she the hot one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, David.
She's the hot one.
You've got to lick it before you stick it. Remember that song?
Nope.
Yeah, why are we singing it?
Because I'm looking at this chick.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh
Why?
my god.
Why?
Oh my
I'm just
God.
trying to give advice. You guys, listen, guys out there, you gotta lick it before you stick it. You know?
Ew. Ew. Gross.
So what else? What else?
I
I think we've done enough.
Ukraine.
I think we've done enough.
There were some other things I was going to talk about.
What's that?
Do you take notes?
I do, and I don't remember where I'm.
Keeping your phone under the notes section?
Hold please.
I have a whole thing, a whole notes section of
You can
show
share your
ideas.
notes. Work off the same note.
Oh, fuck. I meant to call. Let me see if I can.
I think this part will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is
This is what
Especially for
editing's for.
especially for listeners.
You ever heard of editing?
I haven't, no. Nope, I haven't.
And
Oh, the girl who got fucking shit on her face at the subway in New York.
There's a twin out
did you
there.
see the video? Did you watch the video?
No, I don't know if I can.
Some guy just walked up to a woman sitting on a bench at the subway and smeared his shit all over her face and mouth and then ran away.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's watch a
man.
video.
She's lucky.
Really?
She only had it smeared all. She didn't have it like.
Like with his hand?
Yeah, you'll see.
Mm.
I don't know if I can watch it.
Okay.
But you know what? What's interesting is that after that happened, they got him, they arrested him, and now there's all these things like they're gonna do this, do that, like try all these. Like, what the fuck, LA? You didn't do anything. They just let him go.
Check this out. Hopefully they'll show it. This is a news clip. Strolling.
No, I
Here's
can't
some
watch
poop,
it.
and then-
I can't watch
Oh,
it.
they didn't show it.
They didn't show it. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't watch it.
Just
Does it bring it back for you?
Yeah, I can't. I can't
Okay,
do it.
we'll take it off.
Sorry.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it sucks that there's a new person that can relate to your story. It's just what a horrible way to be attacked.
Well, I remember that when it happened, I was in the hospital or not the hospital, but the emergency room, and I was all alone, and I stunk like fucking
diarrhea.
awful, like so awful.
Like traveling diarrhea.
And all I wanted to do was like take a shower, and that fucking doctor was such a dick. What are you in here for tonight? Really? And I asked him, don't you have notes that you read before you walk in here? And he goes, you're the one that's here, so what's up? And I was like, I can't. Like, I can't even deal. I was in the worst hospital ever
Because
in
you
LA.
explained it was like almost like he was treating like you were the crazy person, just like you did it to yourself.
Because they took me to the awful place here in LA, kitty corner from Kaiser. Because supposedly Kaiser wasn't accepting any more
fecal matter.
I'm like, I felt like they were like, I don't know.
I'm supposed to be in the nice shit ward, not the crazy shit
Jesus
ward.
Christ.
I'm a victim here.
But I remember I was laying there all alone, and I was Googling people who were attacked with shit, because I was like, am I the only one? Like,
oh
what?
no.
So there was not that many though, but there was a couple women years ago in New York, and this guy was like taking his shit and putting it down their skirts, opening up their skirts and putting it like.
What a weird way to violate somebody.
So weird. It's such a violation.
Like wiping on their
though.
goods,
So-
or just like on their own
on
asses.
their like ass and like their But he was caught too.
Oh my god.
But what's the fascination with like I wonder
I think it's
what
the ultimate form of degradation, right?
Yeah, just like
I guess.
how could you
Yep.
humiliate somebody more than like rubbing your waist on them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did it give her name?
I don't know.
I want to try and like reach out
Connect.
to
You guys
her.
have like a Facebook group or something.
Dude, if we can get another co-host out of this, that'd be great. The shit sisters to my left and to my right. See if she can run a computer and she can be the new Darren.
Oh,
And if she
Poor
leaves the poop
thing.
on, she'll look just like him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the fact that you're just minding your own fucking business.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Just sitting there waiting for the bus, the subway. Like, come on.
Which already
like,
sucks. Like you're about to get in a subway.
Right. I think it said she had worked all day or whatever, all night.
And she's like, at least my life can't get any worse.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
so fucked up.
oof.
And that's why Boston is better than New York. Now we know. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Todd. Yeah, we should. You should try to reach out to her just as a human being and
Yeah.
be like, just so you know, it gets worse. It'll stay with you forever. You think it's over, but it's not. It's not. Your
Gift that keeps giving.
your brown journey is just beginning. Enjoy every moment. We're looking for stories from you listeners, by the way. Heidi, take it away.
Have you ever had an interesting job that you want to dish on? Hotel worker, cab or Uber driver, personal assistant. Oh, those are some good ones. Food industry. We're looking for interesting stories to share on Rare Form Radio about the way people behave and what people are like when they don't think anyone is looking. Send us an email at rareformradio@gmail.com. We can keep you anonymous if you choose.
How fun does that sound?
I told you about my Raquel Welch story, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's got to
When
be.
she was an assistant. So
She's a...
that's as simple as that. If you guys have any stories, if you have any weird jobs, even ones we didn't mention, you want to talk about it, love it. Love it. If you're weird Uber stories or...
Well, the guy that I know that does he said he might come on, but he couldn't.
I dropped my pen.
I'm like, wait, do you guys hear that?
The guy is not a name drop,
Dropped
is it?
my pen.
The guy?
Hey, did I?
This machine is
eat an edible
very
all of a
sensitive.
sudden? Do you guys hear that? But he said he doesn't know if he could like talk about it. I mean, that's crazy, the stuff that he hears.
Oh, yeah.
I'm obsessed
We
with
have one listener who has worked in a hotel, and she might be willing to talk about some stories.
Ooh.
But I want to do this. I want to hear crazy shit. We can possibly change your voice, maybe.
Oh, yeah, like those 60-minute.
And then I walked in, and he was sucking his own dick. And I got on my knees, and I licked his balls. Blah, 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 blah.
That machine right there does it. We can
Oh my
change our
God.
voices.
There's a really good show on Netflix called the Undercovers or Undercover, and it's a Flemish show. It's a Dutch show.
Flemish?
Not Flemish.
Like a
I
podcast?
almost peed my pants a little.
Why did you say Flemish?
It's a Flemish.
What? Let me ask again. What?
I almost peed my
I'm on
pants.
the verge. Too.
That's a really good question.
Almost.
Hey,
I can't believe
listen,
I forgot the head.
we know you guys love all the Flemish shows. Heidi's got them all. We got Undercover and then all the other ones. You into You into Flemish shows? You're in the right place. Heidi, take it away. What's your favorite Flemish show?
I'm crying. I meant Dutch
Why didn't you say Dutch then?
because I just remember
Flemish is more common.
last night I went to do the subtitles and it said Flemish.
So it's Flemish.
I'm feeling a little Flemish myself.
I almost peed my pants.
Flemish. Wait, I'm sorry. Where is Flemish from?
It's what in Belgium I think they speak Flemish. I don't know, but it said
the worst at
Flemish.
this game.
But I meant to say Dutch. It's a
Southern
Dutch. Show.
Dutch. Okay.
Oh, so you're there.
You're close-ish. Is native to Flanders. Flemish is what they speak in Flanders, obviously.
Belgium. You were right.
Do you guys know what Belgium is? Anyone? Any guesses? What's it known for?
Fries, French fries.
Waffles, but close. It's also the biggest exporter of child pornography in the entire world.
Belgium is? Well, in the show, it's ecstasy. It's a true story. Like, there's a lot of X. Anyhow, it's a good. You can listen to it in Flemish or in English.
Belgium,
good.
Netherlands, and France speak.
I'm gonna
my
listen in
God.
Flemish.
Oh,
Do we have any Flemish listeners? Listen, if you're a Flemish listener and you can prove it, you got a free T-shirt. Hit us up.
oh my God! I almost wet my pants. That's insane.
How much do I have to pay you to pee your pants on the show?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. Clearly. I
Oh,
almost did it.
God, disgusting.
So gross.
Darling, thank you so much for running the computers today.
You're welcome.
I assume you did a great job.
Always.
Okay, good.
Right?
Heidi, thank you so much for just being here, bringing all your Flemish knowledge, which is what you've always done. Do you want to say goodbye to people in your best Irish accent?
Or Flemish, whichever
Let's
tickles your fancy.
let's hear what you think Flemish sounds like. I want you to say
Da.
what?
Like they say,
Oh.
like they say,
Say that's a
fuck you.
say that's a really good question. In what you think Flemish sounds like.
That's a really good question.
Now
It's
she
almost
does.
German.
Now she does Irish. Good for
Irish? That's fucking German as fuck.
Really? She did like a hutter.
No, that was German. You sound like Dr. Mengele. Do it. Give us something else. How you feeling today?
I feel good, yeah. I don't know what that was.
I feel guten, ja.
I feel guten Tag. Yeah.
Isn't guten Tag hello? I
Yeah,
feel
whatever.
hello?
It feels. I feel
my
really.
God.
It's bad.
People want to hear more of your Irish shit, by the way. They really want more of it.
Top of the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're going to make a phone call real quick.
Ooh.
Let me connect
Oh
this
wait,
shit.
I gotta tell you about my niece.
If you want to change the subject, yeah, go for it. Go
afterwards.
for it. Go for it.
Okay, so last week we talked about Tooth Fairy and God blesses you, all
Yeah.
that. So my oldest niece is in the front seat. My sister's driving. The littlest one is in the back seat. And my oldest niece, who's 14, was talking about her eyelashes, and she wants them permed because they're really long and they stick straight out. And my sister said that's way too expensive. You're 14. You're not going to get your eyelashes permed. So the littlest one in the back seat says, well, why don't you pray to God and ask God for your eyelashes to be curled? And the oldest one was like, oh, please, like, really? Like, God's gonna curl my eyelashes? Like, he cares about my eyelashes? And then there was like a beat, and then the littlest one said, well, if God could raise Lazarus from the dead, he can surely help raise your eyelashes.
Oh my goodness.
That's my favorite story. She's the sweetest little thing.
Wow.
She's gonna be like a pastor or
Be a
something.
fucking creepy bastard.
It's
Yeah.
creepy like
Wow.
She's terrifying. You heard the story before, but like she's it sounds like a little like opposite of the Omen kid or something.
oh, she's the sweetest, funniest child.
So we're gonna call right now. We're gonna call our friend Gina. Remember how you
Damn Gina?
Yes. Remember how you thought you saw the kid get hit by the car the other day?
Yeah.
Gina hit someone with her car. So we're gonna get
Recently?
her perspective. Maybe she was the one who hit the kid. No, I don't know.
No, that wasn't her. No, it wasn't.
Let me call right now, and we'll get this. What the fucking fuck?
That sounds Flemish. The fuck.
Please leave your message.
No.
That didn't work.
Gina.
Gina, take your phone off. Do not disturb.
Hello?
Hi there. 1 second. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Gina. Welcome,
Gina.
welcome back to the show, everyone. Welcome, Gina, everybody.
Yay!
You're on with Heidi, my wife, and myself, and we were just talking about Heidi when she saw the kid get hit by a car, and then you messaged me and said that you actually hit somebody with your car.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Not my proudest moment, but
Walk us through every hilarious second of it, and don't miss any detail. Thank you.
okay, get your audience clapping background ready
it's
to
ready.
go. 'Cause you're gonna have to hit that a couple times. Hold on, I'm walking outside, so my
Family
dogs
doesn't
don't
hear.
bark. No, because my
nobody
dog. Oh
knows.
yeah,
I know
trust
what you
me,
did
I've
last
traumatized
summer.
enough of them. No, I don't want my dogs to bark. Okay. So I had left work a little later than normal, and I work at a school, so I left probably about 10-ish or so minutes later than I normally do. And I drive by a bunch of schools on my way home, and ironically, I was on my way to the dealership to trade my car in because my lease was up. So
I already love it.
I had to go different way than normal. So I had to drive by an elementary school,
Oh no.
and so I literally, as soon as I turned the corner, I was like, damn it, like I shouldn't have come this way because school had just got out and the traffic is terrible. So I'm like driving, and at this point I'm probably only able to drive like maybe 5 miles an hour. So then it starts picking up and I'm able to go maybe like 15, 20 miles an hour. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. When I tell you it happened like in less time than it took me to blink my eyes, like I can't even tell you how quickly that this happened. All of a sudden the kid was just in my car, like in my windshield.
Wait a minute.
Like,
Okay.
I'm not, like I can't even explain it. And when the cops questioned me,
That is a good question.
You picked up a passenger through the windshield?
Yeah, like this really is not fucking funny, but if I don't
Bullshit.
like if I don't laugh about it, I'll probably drive myself off a cliff.
Oh my
because
God,
it's
my
that
whole
bad.
breath has been held that whole time. Wait a second.
Okay, it's terrible. It's a terrible, god awful fucking story. But
Oh.
can I just wait? I should have prefaced the whole story with this. It wasn't my fault. I was not in the wrong. Okay,
Listen.
so can we back up? Can we cut?
That's the most important part. You know,
Wait,
you were
how,
cleared.
Like how old was the kid?
We're getting there. We're getting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
He's 13 years old. So
He was.
Oh, he should have known
what?
better.
No.
Just kidding.
Oh God, fuck. Okay, so I was just driving about 20 miles an hour,
Minding your own business.
and I never applied my brakes because I never saw him coming. I never saw him coming.
How
It
fast?
literally-
How fast do we think we're going here?
She said 20.
Oh,
Me,
sorry.
I was going about 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
They clocked me at like between 20 and 22 miles an hour.
Clocked you.
So, oh yeah, wait, this story gets good, guys. So I didn't even apply my brakes, and as soon as I hit him, I slammed my brakes on. I stopped, and he's now on his way back out of my windshield.
I was gonna say. I hoped that when you hit the brake that he went back out the window.
He did. He did. He was in my passenger side windshield. His head went through my passenger side windshield.
Oh my God.
It went through it?
Oh yeah, my car was totaled. My car was totaled.
What a little prick.
Yeah. So he is on the street, obviously, on the right side of my car, on the passenger side of my car on the ground. And I go to get out of the car, and my window wasn't down. My window was up. But I went to get out of my car, and immediately when I go to open my door, the lady behind me was running up to my door, and she's beating on my window. And she's like, "You motherfucker, you child killer." And she's like yelling at me, like calling me all these fucking names and telling me what a horrible person
man.
I am, blah, 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 on
Karen.
and on and on. And just going off on me. And so I was like, oh my God, she wouldn't let me out of my car. So
God.
I roll my passenger window down, and this kid is screaming at the top of his lungs. And I just wanted to get out of the car to help him.
Of course.
And the lady wouldn't let me out. And she's like, his dad is right here. We saw everything, blah, blah, blah. So his dad was with him. His dad watched this whole thing happen.
Oh my God, that
So
poor
his
man.
dad, so I have my window rolled down, and I hear his dad talking to him, and the little boy is screaming at the top of his lungs, "Am I gonna die, Daddy? Am I dying?
Oh
Am I
my
gonna die?"
God.
And I'm like, mother of God, like I didn't even know. I'm just like, fuck. So I roll my window down and I tell this lady, like, can you please let me out of my car? So I'm calling 911 at the same time, and the dad was already on the phone with 911. So I hung up, and the dad's like, they said not to let you out of the car. And I'm like, what? They wouldn't let me out of my car.
That's
So then
fucking
before I
bullshit.
knew it, the cops come.
Oh, the cops said don't let you out of the car?
No, the people that he was talking
That's what I
to
thought.
on 911, like the dispatch operative told him, don't let her out of the car. Because I think they were afraid I was going to like take off or something on foot. Clearly I couldn't drive my car away, but they thought that I was going to take off. So this lady is just continuing to scream at me and call me all these names and tell me how horrible I am, blah, blah, blah. And so I just rolled my window. I was like, can you please just go away? So then the cops came, and the cop had her leave. She was like, okay, like, you need to go. And she's like, and the lady, it was a female cop. She was so nice. She's like, I'm really sorry. She's like, when it's a kid that gets hit, people just really like, and I'm like, oh, how the fuck do you think I feel?
Yeah, no
I
shit.
hit the motherfucker.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
like, Jesus Christ, people, like, so she was like, I'm like, why can I not get out of my car? Like, I just want to make sure he's okay. And she's like, his dad's with him. We have help on the way for him. She's like, but we can't let you leave. They wouldn't even let me, like, reach in my purse to get anything.
What if you just want to get out of your car to just, like catch your
No,
breath
they would
and get
not.
away? It's fucking
They
crazy.
thought that I was gonna I don't know. I don't know what they thought I was gonna do. To be honest with you, I have no idea.
No, listen. Let's say there was something wrong with you and you were drunk or some shit. Like, wouldn't being out of the car be safer than having you still in the car anyway?
Right.
You think?
If you were a
have no
danger,
idea.
you know, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. But the lady was very nice, and she was like, you know, I'm really sorry. She's like, people just really, really get like worked up when it's a kid, and I'm like, I get that, but like, how do you think I'm feeling right now? Like, I am in complete shock right now. I don't know, and maybe they thought that I was going to be in shock and just take off and run away. I don't know.
And how long ago was this?
This was, it'll be 3 years in November.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so just a little over 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how long ago. So, so the cops come and I said, can I just get in my purse to make a phone call to have somebody come here because I'm by myself. And the cop was like, yeah, it's fine, like whatever. So they let me do that. And then they questioned me, like, what happened? Which, first of all, is really fucked up because when you're in that state of mind,
Oh my God.
try to explain what just happened. Like, okay. So I explained to them, I told him I thought he came from my right side. I thought he came off of the curb from the right side of my car because he went through the passenger side windshield. He came from the left side of my car.
What?
I later found out. I didn't know that because it happened so quickly. So apparently what happened was he was trying to cross the street and he was standing behind his dad's truck, which was taller than him. It was like
Okay.
a
Yes.
raised truck.
Right. So you couldn't see his head or anything.
So he was standing back and he looked one way, but didn't look to the right, only looked to the left. And then he took off on a dead run.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Ran. And then I was already right there by the time he saw. So he ran at like an angle to try to beat my car. I don't know. I think he probably panicked, obviously. And he only made it to like the halfway point of my car before I hit him.
The sad part is like, well, that
Oof.
I've seen, you know, I watch all these horrible videos. We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
I have seen so many videos of exactly what you're saying happening, but we're like, usually people die. So the fact that the kid didn't die is unbelievable.
He didn't. He's very messed up though. He's not. It was terrible. So I asked if I could make a phone call, and so they're like, yeah. And so I called my boyfriend now at the time. We literally had just been dating 4 days at this time.
Oh, boy.
Now, mind you, I've known him for like 3 years prior, but we had just started dating.
He didn't know he was dating bad girl Gina.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, I guess this is going to be the make it or break it right here. So I'm like,
will you stay with me when I'm in jail?
Will you take care of my cat?
Oh,
and obviously,
fuck.
as soon as he heard my voice, he's like, what happened? And I'm like, I was in an accident. And he's like, okay, are you okay? Like, what happened? And then immediately I said, I hit a kid. And he's like, did you kill him? Like, he's a complete jokester. But
Right.
And I think that's probably what I needed in that moment because
Right.
I couldn't even wrap my head around what was going on.
Oh my God.
So,
what a nightmare.
So they questioned me or whatever, and then they made me sit on the curb. So I was sitting on the front of somebody's lawn. Johnny was in Fontana at a job site. So he's like, okay, send me the address. I'm on my way. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there.
At a dog fight? You see at a dog fight?
No, at a job site.
Oh.
On a dog site.
I thought we were glazing over the fact that, because I know you're a pit bull person. I thought you were like, I'm like, oh my God, she's breeding fucking dog fighters. She is a piece of shit. I had no idea.
Right?
Okay, a job site. Got it. Thank you.
On a job site. So, so they wouldn't let me leave anyway. So I'm looking across the street, and the neighbor, who lives across the street from the school, the cops are like interviewing him, and the cops are interviewing everybody at this point.
Of course.
So then I see him go to his front door, and I was like, motherfucker, they have a fucking Ring camera. They caught this shit on fucking film.
Thank God.
That's a good thing, though, no?
So it's okay. Well, it's what saved me. Yes.
Right.
100%.
Okay.
However, when they sell it to the fucking KTLA Channel 5 News, not a good thing.
Wait, so the video is online?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We
So-
happen to have a Google right here.
So,
Wait, they sold it and it was a bad thing because it looked bad?
well, okay. So after all this rigmarole goes on, they tow my car. Johnny comes and picks me up, and he's like, do you want to go home? Like, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't want to go home. I don't know what I want to do. Like, I don't drink. I don't do anything. Like, I'm a stick in the mud, but I'm like, can we just go somewhere? I just need a drink. Like, I just need to calm down. He's like, okay, cool. So we just go to this little place or whatever. I don't go home until probably, 7 or 8 o'clock. So then I go home and I'm just in my room and I'm just like, fuck, what happened? Probably like 10 o'clock, my phone starts blowing up. People texting me, calling me, my email, like my work emails. And I was like, oh, God, come on, people. Like, so I read one of my emails and it's from a teacher that I work with. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I just heard the news. And I'm like, what is going on?
No.
So on the fucking channel, like the 10 o'clock news, it was like breaking news. Kid gets hit by special ed teacher.
Oh my God.
Crazy dogfight breeder.
My fucking face is on the news. My name is on the news.
No.
And the unedited version of this accident is on the news. So Channel 5 showed the unedited version. The other channels, like every channel picked it up, but they showed like it stopped before impact. Channel 5 showed the full thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking like his fucking parents, like it's bad enough that his dad was there, but now it's going to be on the fucking news. It's all over.
That's so brutal.
Wow. But it shows that you're in the right, though, right? It shows that you weren't like just
it
like.
Does, but when you see like a kid getting hit,
that's
like
horrible.
So me and his dad had exchanged numbers like right then at the scene of the accident, and his dad was texting me like the whole entire night, like giving me updates, like what happened. He's in surgery. He had to have facial reconstruction.
No.
He had to have, he had a plastic surgery on his face. He broke both legs. He had to have plates in both legs. He was in a wheelchair for I don't know how long. Both shoulders. Like he was a mess.
Listen,
like,
we're gonna send him a Rare Form T-shirt. It'll make everything better.
Oh my God!
No, please don't, because that quickly changed. That quickly changed. So he was very nice to me until about the following morning or the day after, like a day or two after. He was like giving me updates, blah blah blah. He was like, and then like his tone kind of started to change, and he was like,
lawyer,
you know, all he was trying to do was just run across the street to go borrow a Switch or something from his friend, like a Nintendo Switch, because we can't afford to get him one. So I had to drive to his friend's house, blah blah blah, and I was like, here we go. Here we go. And in my mind, the first thing I was like, oh my God, I have to go buy this kid a Nintendo Switch. Like, I have to, and so then I was like, no, like this isn't good. So sure enough, my insurance calls me and they're like, they filed suit.
Yep.
So she's like, we have to wait before we get the police report back, blah, blah, blah. So after everything was reviewed, I was found not at fault. And the police report came out, everything. The thing saved me. The Ring camera saved me.
Oh, of course.
But to have to like relive that. But let me tell you the most terrible thing. I had like the news apps on my phone. You know, like Channel 7, whatever.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird to get an alert with your name on it.
Oh, I bet.
Wow.
I bet. Very confusing.
So I had to delete those apps. Like, I had to delete everything. I couldn't have the TV on, nothing, because it played for like weeks.
Oh my God.
Oh my
fucking
God.
weeks.
How did the people at your school that you work at, did they treat you differently? Like, what happened?
No, but everybody, the next day I didn't go to work. And then I was just like, you know what? The more I stay home, the harder it's going to be to go back. I just didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
Yep.
I
And
was
that's, of course.
so traumatized. Like,
Oh.
I just didn't want to talk about it. And I knew that everybody was going to want to talk about it. So when I went back to work, not the next day, but the second day, I went back to work, and then like nobody was talking about it. And I'm like, then I felt even more weird, because I'm
Right.
like, I know they're probably.
I'll talk about it.
Like,
I'm happy to talk about it. Gather round.
Yeah.
I'll tell the
So
story
then people
once.
were just like, I'm so sorry, you know. But then I felt like I had to tell my story, because they probably thought it was at fault,
Yeah.
you know?
You're so lucky that you were going the speed that you were, because if you were going any faster, there's like an actual thing online that says like if it's going like 40 or more, like you have a percent.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he would have died. That's
Oh yeah, absolutely,
God.
absolutely. I couldn't imagine. Like, so they,
Wow.
I went back to work. People were like questioning me, and they're like, "Oh, have you seen the footage?" And I'm like, "Bro, I lived it. I don't need to see the fucking."
I had a
footage.
better view
Like,
than the ring cam did.
God, come on.
Oh,
But
man.
because of that, they could clock my speed on that.
Oh.
And then, like, it was all over Facebook, and people were just bashing me, like, this bitch, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Wow.
just to have to, like, read that shit about yourself, like, is so horrible.
But
that,
it's
like,
weird,
I had
like,
to delete.
but like, put yourself. I mean, you have a daughter, and God forbid she ever get hit by a car. Your initial thought would be like that fucking driver. Like you
Absolutely.
we all of us assume the driver
course,
did something
100%.
wrong. But like,
Of course.
why do we not think that like a young kid who's not super smart yet could have just made a dumb mistake? Like that should be where our brains go to, not this fucking dumb driver.
Well, I just
No,
why do we have to
and
place
it's-
blame at all? Like why
Right.
can't we just be
That's
like,
why.
what a
That's why they're called
shitty
accidents.
situation.
That's
This
why
is
they're called
awful.
accidents. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was like. I mean, I get it. Like, that kid was severely hurt,
Yeah.
but nobody ever thinks about the person on the other end of it either.
No.
Like, it's fucking
Wow.
traumatizing. Like,
Yeah.
it's so traumatizing.
And
So
yeah.
then
Yeah.
all these interviews started coming out on the news where they were doing all these like fundraising and blah, blah, blah for this kid. And the dad was on the news, and like Channel 7, I think, had gone over there to interview him, and the dad was like, I'm going through chemo treatment right now. I just found out I have leukemia and my hair's falling out. And I was like, seriously? Like, I'm so sorry. My dad died of cancer. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do
No.
the fact that your child got hit by a car.
Right. Right.
Like, please don't, like, everything just like changed. Then all of a sudden, you know, the schools, because the school that this kid went to is like a feeder school to the school I work at. So those kids come from that school and go to my school.
Oh.
Mm.
So it just turned into this big thing. So then I got home one day, and I had this big envelope from Larry H. Parker.
No, the guy with all the commercials? The law offices of Larry H. Parker?
No.
Yeah.
You've seen his billboards. Holy shit. I didn't know. So he's a real practicing lawyer?
Yeah.
The law offices
Yeah.
of Larry H. Parker. That is
never
so
seen
fucking
that.
funny. Yes, you have.
Oh yeah. And then, okay, so then I saw that. So I immediately called my insurance company, and I was like, what's going on? Like, is he suing me? She's like, here's the deal. She's like, you were found not at fault, but you're covered to like a really, like, your coverage is very high. She said, so just so he doesn't come after you, we offered him $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
He turned it down
Oh.
Oh my God.
Which means
because
trial.
he thought he was going to get more. He thought he
Uh-huh.
had something.
Uh-huh.
So she said, we explained to him that because you were found not at fault, that if you don't want this money, that's it. Like, it's a done deal.
Mm.
And so hold on, I'm sorry. I think my timer is going off. Okay.
Okay.
So I said, okay, so now what? So now he's suing on different grounds. So now he's trying to sue me for traumatizing. He's suing on behalf of his other children because apparently there was two siblings that were in the car that witnessed the accident.
This is one of the worst things about this country is the sue happy litigation,
Yes.
assuming that you too are not traumatized, assuming that
Right.
that you're just like going about life and never thinking about it, la-di-da, whatever. But like you're this has changed your life as well.
Yeah, you
Wow.
think a little bit.
So this is still ongoing.
Wait, like how long ago was that? That you got the
well, that was right away. So then
okay.
in his obviously they asked him like what happened. Well, in his statement to all of these attorneys, because now I've been sued by Larry H. Parker, Jacoby and Meyer, Sweet James.
Sweet James?
Sweet
like
James.
everybody.
I was going to mention Sweet
Everybody.
James.
Sweet James
Holy
is in a
shit.
We talk about Sweet James all the time.
bankruptcy. He's awful.
Like I'm telling
No
you,
shit.
everybody, all those people you see on like late night infomercials, they've all tried.
Them.
What about James Sokolov? Did he come after you?
From
No,
Massachusetts.
no Sokolov. No,
Oh.
I haven't got him yet.
But wait, so what happened? So then it just goes away?
No, so basically what the lady because I have State Farm. So the lady at State Farm basically told me that he's coming after he's pretty much suing State Farm because he can come after me, but I ain't got nothing. So she said that when she's getting the paperwork from these lawyers, she's reading his statement, he's failing to tell them that there's a ring cam video. He's basically put into words how his version of what happened, like what happened.
This chick came out of nowhere, driving fast as shit, aimed at my kid.
Yeah, and then another thing too is when you watch the ring camera video, it's sped up, so it looks like I'm going faster than I am.
Come on.
It's all makes me so sad.
So she said basically all I'm doing is when we're getting the paperwork, she said all I'm doing is sending them a copy of the footage of the ring cam video, and they drop the case. They won't take his case.
Wow.
Because she's like, there's nothing he can do. Like, you've been found not at fault. And the fact that he's not letting them know that this was caught on video, it's you know, he's shooting himself in the foot. So.
Just trying to fuck you. Only trying to fuck you, and that's it.
You're lucky that that ringtone, the ring thing.
Yeah. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. But I mean, I really wish it wouldn't have been played on the news, but
yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad that that they had it. So
well, Jesus Christ.
But it's been like I think probably 6 months now since I've been tried to be sued. Every once in a while, like I'll come home and there'll be like a big old huge envelope, and I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Wow. Well, shit. Well, thank you very much for giving the rundown. That's
insane.
I mean, there were parts where I thought it was going to be funny the whole way through, and then it got not funny. But like, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for the kid and the family, and hopefully, he'll get past it.
Yeah, I mean, kids are, bounce back, but it's God, just to have to go through that is just so. It's fucking terrible.
We have another close friend who was she was backing out of a steep driveway on a steep in the hills there, and some kid was riding his bike down the hill and went right through her her driver's side window, the side window, and the kid's fucking eye came out and it was like dangling in her lap and. Don't say the names.
I'm not, but I just heard this story a couple
weeks
weeks ago.
I
hadn't heard it before. Yeah.
And the kid was, I mean, all kinds of fucked up, but it's an accident. I mean, it's just everyone involved is super bummed about it.
It doesn't go away.
It wasn't a good day. It wasn't a good
You should sue the dad because it brought the value down of the car that you were trading in.
They totaled it.
Yeah.
I had to get old. I mean, I was going to get a new car anyway, but shit.
Hit up Larry H. Parker for a countersuit.
Yeah, sweet James. He needs the business.
Yeah, I think you could sue for like emotional distress because
Seriously.
because you keep getting these envelopes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and trees and
Oh, sue the
horrible. And I
envelope
just-
company.
Yes, the envelope.
the
company.
selfish kid got head blood all over your seats. I mean, come on.
Wow, Gina, I'm
it was
sorry.
awful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
there
sucks.
was like, yeah, oh, it was terrible. It was
And
terrible,
little boy,
but,
I'm sorry, little boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
And
yeah,
both
but
ways.
I have to drive by there every day.
God.
Oh
Drive there
God.
every day.
I
Yeah.
bet you go real slow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For a long time I didn't drive down that street and I thought, you know what? I can't do this. Like this is literally a street that I drive down all the time. I can't. Like I have to just do this.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Jesus. Well, Gina, thank you so much.
Wow.
yeah, you're welcome.
Can't wait to hear from you again with some other horrible story.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for
I
bringing it
know.
all back up.
They're horrible stories, right?
And try
Sorry.
not to hit any kids this weekend, okay?
I won't.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Oh my
Poor
God.
thing.
All right, Gina. Talk to you later.
Okay,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Gina.
Bye.
Bye.
Holy fucking hell.
Wowie.
Oh.
That's a lot.
Well, I always like to end the show on a high note, so
Yeah.
shall we end it on that one?
Yeah.
Thank you, Heidi.
Welcome.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, darling. Thank you, me. Thank you, listeners. You guys know what to do. If you're watching the video on YouTube, just hit like, please. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do it. The show is way better if you watch it, in my opinion, in your opinion, in everyone's opinion.
Oh my God.
Thank you, everybody. Love you so much. And we'll talk to you next motherfucking week. Don't run over any kids.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.